to Coffee Conversations with Sandy and Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy. And I am super excited to have you all here on our platform tonight. Tonight, we are super excited to have the authors of the upcoming, soon-to-be released book that is called Ladies in Tech. These ladies will be sharing in this particular book project the successes of being in this book, their expertise for a successful career in the tech field. Listen, I am Sandy Sanders. I am the host and creator of the Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy brand and platform and podcast. I am very excited to have you here with us. We are a Christian weekly talking segment that here is for authors, anthology book projects, and where their authors are coming to share their story and showcase their books. And most of all, you guys, I tell you, it is for you. Why do I say that? Simply because you might just be looking for a good book to read. So listen, let's go ahead and get a countdown started. And while we're doing that, I want you to share this out. I want you to tag at least 5 of your female friends and even your guy friends, okay? Go ahead and tag them. Tell them to come on and be a part of the Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy tonight, because these authors, you definitely want to write their names down or write their information down and write the book title down, because their launch party is coming up this Friday evening on May the 5th. So listen, stay tuned and we'll be right back. Well, yes, we are here tonight for a special edition of a book talk, and it's actually a book release virtual launch tour. The authors that will be joining our platform on this evening are the contributing authors of an upcoming book that is called Ladies in Tech. And they are going to be sharing in this particular anthology, they're sharing their expertise for a successful career in the tech field. Listen, I don't want to wait any longer. I want to bring on these fabulous, fabulous women that are sharing our platform tonight. And we're going to let you know what's happening with their upcoming virtual launch. I have with us the phenomenal Dr. Noelle, yes, and Maria Thorpe. And we also have a new, she's in the background. Yeah, there she is. Hi, ladies. How are you doing? And welcome to Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy. I'm super excited to have you here.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Hi, Anu. How are you?
I'm doing really, really great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you, ladies, for saying yes and coming on to our platform. And I'd like for you to just take a moment and introduce yourselves to our audience. And we're going to start with Dr. Noelle.
Hi, I am Dr. Noelle Mubaira. Pleased to be here. I am just happy to be able to have a platform. I'm a technology engineer as well as IT professional, but I'm also a mother. I'm also a minister, I'm also a counselor and a coach. So just want to talk further about the way that technology has fit into my life, the ability to mentor young women into just knowing that technology is an opportunity.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing more. You mentioned the fact that you're a minister and then you are in the tech field and how all of that plays a role within each other, how it enhances one another. I'm super excited. I'm looking forward to hearing your conversation. And we're going to a new Datta. And if you will, come on and say hello to us.
Great. My name is Datta. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you guys for coming on this Tuesday night to listen to our conversation. We're so excited for this book launch on Friday. A little bit about my background. I'm currently a senior manager at Oracle, and I work on government consulting projects with DoD and VA. And my journey into technology actually started after I got out of the military. And when I transitioned, I really wanted something that would allow me the flexibility and the compensation to be able to have time with my daughter and to really be able to make that career transition into something that contributes back to such a problematic agency. And now we get to be a part of that solution. So I love what I do, and I'm so excited to present this to other people because the joy of waking up every day and doing something that you love is just something you can't explain. So the more women that have this as an option, that are there to be able to take advantage of such an amazing thing that is out there, we're definitely happy to be able to share this knowledge with them.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to you sharing more as well. Well, come on. This lady, I've had the privilege and opportunity of interviewing her in the past. And so welcome again, Lady Maria Thorpe. Good to see you again. Thank you so much. Come on and say hello to our audience this evening.
Well, thank you, Sandy. I am so excited to be here again on this wonderful platform. I am Maria Thorpe, and I'm currently an engineer in the federal government. Actually, I'm an engineering manager. I manage several hundred people, and we'll talk about some of the technological things I've done and been through. I'm also an international best-selling author, a speaker, a mentor, and a real estate consultant. I've mentored both professionals and students in STEM, that's science, technology, engineering, and math, and various venues to include local organizations, local schools, and colleges. And I try to inspire not only, in particular, young women and girls, and I want to help to share with them how they can be the best they can be with the gifts and talents that God has given them. And so that's why I'm here. This platform was perfect for me to share those experiences with. And so I'm hopeful to tell you a little bit more about how I engage with our youth and with our young women in this activity I call STEM education and engagement.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that as well. Our young people definitely are in need. Families, mothers, grandmothers, we're in need. The school system, we're in need of what you ladies have and what you have to offer, Lady Maria. I want to put up Anu's information as well, and we'll be streaming our guests this afternoon or this evening. I'll be streaming their information so that should you want to reach out to them, find out a little bit more about them beyond the book, we will definitely be presenting that. And so, Anu, I just want to put your information. There it is. And we'll be bringing it back up because those of you that are listening to the replay, well, ladies, tonight is amazing. It is all about you. I want to let our audience know, just want to kind of share my screen here. And there's a buzz around this book and what's about to take place. You've been on this journey for a few months of writing about your expertise in this for a successful career in the tech field. When I first met our visionary author, yes, herself, Lady Kenyatta, when I met her, and we began to have our first dialogue about this book, I'm telling you, just as she said, is that this book is about the diverse stories of ladies working in the tech industry that are different stages of their career and in their life. The good, the bad, the ugly of being a lady in tech. And so her goal was to leave us, the reader, equipped with information to grow the career should an individual want to enter into the career of tech, and inspire them to take their careers to the next level. I'd like to start with Dr. Noelle. And if you will, come on, how has your experience been once you said yes to this book project?
Oh, it's been phenomenal. The momentum is gaining. Shout out again to Kenyatta Powers-Rucker, the visionary. As you mentioned, our book launches Cinco de Mayo that evening, and that afternoon we'll be doing the best seller campaign on Amazon. So please participate in that. So this has been an opportunity to sort of get out of my everyday as a VP in banking technology with a bank, a large bank. That can be a consuming but very rewarding career. But what this project has afforded me is just a reminder that what I do every day doesn't necessarily seem to be an option for a lot of women. Don't think of themselves in these roles. Still, only about 25% of women in the technology field. I started out in engineering, and that was about 3% women, and some time has passed, but the numbers haven't increased a whole lot. So this book leans into my humanitarian projects that I've done around empowering women.
Sandy, you're on mute.
I'm just talking. I picked up a couple of things, and thank you so much for that. Dr. Noelle, you mentioned about being in the banking industry, and so let's start there. I'm taking in as far as you're in the leadership, and that still is a predominantly male industry and career, isn't it?
Well, absolutely. And specifically in the data analytics IT side of the bank. So it is still predominantly male. The bank I work for has done a whole lot with diversity, and the numbers where I work is maybe about 30 to 40% women, where the average is about 25%.
Yeah.
And so that area is dealing with platforms. It's an ever-changing, it's an ever-changing field, and I keep sharp.
Would you say that maybe during a certain period that there were more females that were applying for these type of positions in the banking industry, more so than it was, say, the younger men or the male counterpart?
Yeah, I still see more males coming in to IT more than I see women.
More than
However, it is increasing in different aspects. For example, I work from home over the last 11 years. Just recently back in the office, so that has afforded me a decent work-life balance. And so I want to get the message out there that although it can be a very taxing and stressful environment, it is something that women do all the time: multitasking, figuring out how to make something.
And we do.
Making something out of just innovation. So I want to just encourage women to think of themselves and how they can reinvent themselves. Because right now, I have a degree in engineering, but right now there are certificates out there 3 to 6 months, and you can be BAM in IT.
Yeah. That to me will be a little frustrating after I've been out there for 6 or 7 years in the industry. Yes, for sure. But that is great. And it's good that again, your expertise, your area of expertise in this area, that I'm pretty sure that you'll be speaking in your chapter that will help another individual. And so we'll be tapping into that in just a moment. We would like for Maria to come on and just share her contribution and just the experience of being a part of this book. You are a contributing writer. You're a writer at, now. And so now to come along and pair this book along with the field that you're in. So come on and share with us.
Well, thank you so much. I am in engineering. I am a degreed electrical engineering with several degrees in bachelor's, master's, and what have you. And I also have a master's in national resource strategy, which means I can run the country. However, today you heard Dr. Mubaira talk about the number of women in engineering. Well, think of the number of diverse candidates in engineering. And then you have even a smaller number. I've had the opportunity to work on some of the state-of-the-art projects, some of which I cannot talk about, but I have done things in the field that I don't know how any young person wouldn't jump at the chance to do the type of work I've had the opportunity to do. And yes, I have often been the only one, the only female, the only African American. And even today, in my role as an executive, I'm the only one in a room filled with men. And so, but I don't tell you that to prevent you from trying to get into this field. I tell you that to say that the opportunities are out there. And if you are a young person, female, male, whatever, engineering is an opportunity for you to not only do the things technically that you want to do, but make a living at it. And what I love to do is invite our youth into this space. So I'm always out there talking to our youth about the opportunities in engineering, in fact, the opportunities in STEM. In my current role, I am the director of what's called the Human Systems Engineering. And what that does is allow me to look at the human and integrate it into any system that they are used in. And so I like to say that anything that touches the human or the human touches, we are responsible for. And the technologies that I cross and the people that I have that work with me include every type of engineering, electrical, computer, mechanical, aerospace. I work with doctors, physiologists, psychologists, neurologists, and a whole gamut of technology and technician type people to run the laboratories and the machinery that it takes to take care of a human in the environments that we expect them in. And that includes, of course, areas of artificial intelligence, as well as autonomy, man-unmanned teaming, and all of those things that you might hear about, but so often people don't know who does that type of work. I know we like to think sometimes that our folks just are able to maybe fly an airplane, go into space, drive a ship or whatever, but there's a lot of training, a lot of technology that is involved in that. And STEM, engineering in particular, we need more of them than we have now. In fact, our country needs more of them. For the type of technology and advancements that we see in the future, technology is going to be that way. And IT and engineering, science, and math is going to get us there.
Yes, indeed. You're absolutely right. It is going to get us there indeed. Well, we're going to go ahead and go to our very next author. Then you all, I want to share with our audience what's about to take place on Friday night. Okay, we're going to be talking about that. And then after we do that, we'll hear from one of our sponsors. So Anu, if you will, come on and share a little bit more with our audience about who you are and what your experience has been like just saying yes to this particular book project.
Definitely. So my chapter in this book is specifically on soft skills and the effect that soft skills has on your career and just being able to launch it to the next level. And in this book, we give out a lot of valuable insight about how to use tools like LinkedIn and how to really get yourself out there. So some of the recommendations that I have for people that are coming into this field for the first time is really being able to articulate where you want to go, what you want to do, and exploring many different paths, because engineering and development are not the only technical paths that are out there. You can become a scrum master, a product owner, a product manager, and there's so many available paths out there and opportunities that we really need to take advantage of them. But what will differentiate you from the competition is how well you can articulate yourself and communicate. One of the challenges that is known in our industry is there's a divide between people that are able to communicate technical requirements and those that can communicate business requirements effectively. And the ideal mix is someone that has experience in both. So there's a lot of tips and tricks in the book about how to polish yourself up to really be able to compete and get that next position. And I'm happy to be able to share this with people coming into this field and watch them soar in their careers.
There I am. That is great. That is good. So you're giving some call to actions. You're giving some takeaways. Dr. Noelle, what can we expect from you in the book? I'm loving this, y'all.
Well, you know what? I'm in the banking field, so it's going to be something financial also. So
good.
As long and I'm towards the end of my career. I'm looking at retirement shortly, 5 years or so. So I'm thinking, no matter what your age, you need to start thinking about an exit strategy. Mm-hmm. So why you need a exit strategy is the name of my chapter. And the thing about the beauty of this career is financially, you can put yourself in a position to be financially independent of your job, where you can think about entrepreneurial pursuits. You can stay in your career, but you have that forgive the minister for saying F you money if you ever need it.
Yeah.
But you want the ability to have a degree of confidence in where your career is headed. And there are parts of life that really take priority. So I have 5 priorities before your job that you really need to make sure you prioritize in your life to be able to be whole, to be able to bring your whole self to work. So considerations outside of your technology career, why I had to leave tech, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 times.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
so
good.
It really is some considerations that put you in line to be financially independent.
I love how you talked about the priority. They're having a balance. And Dr. Maria, wouldn't you say the same thing? And even in the level of field and the service that you provide to this country and through the government and through medical, there also still has to be a balance.
Absolutely.
When you're in a high demand.
Yes. And I'll say that about women in tech. We are in high demand. We are efficient. We are effective. We have those soft skills. I would say we're all around what they need in this industry.
Yeah.
And, from my perspective in the book, I talk about when you first get into this field. A lot of us, we come out of college, we got our degree, and then now what? You get this job, you walk in there, you're excited because you know everything. You just got out of school, what have you. You're just ready to take the world by storm.
Exactly.
But then you get that first project and you're like, okay, what do I do now? So what I try to share with people is how to engineer your success by getting a mentor, someone who's going to guide you and take you by the hand in certain parts of your career and just help you along the way. Not do it for you, but put you in the right rooms, direct you, and help you. So that's what I'm going to be sharing. Because, this is an exciting career. You hear our guests here today talking about their experience. You might have to pivot, you might have to shift, you might have to, redirect. But in every case, you're going to need someone to help direct you and guide you, especially if you follow, my 3 P's of success. And that is having a plan, being persistent, and just being positive about what you're trying to do and why you're trying to do it.
A plan, being persistent and positive. And that you all have heard it from the expert herself and these others, but Lady Maria Thorpe and Dr. Noelle and Anu Datta. Listen, you are with me tonight on a special interview and to help these women get in position of celebration. So before we begin to talk about what's about to take place on the upcoming Friday night, we would like to hear from our sponsor. And so if you all will allow me to, we're going to hear from our sponsor, Dr. Jonathan Haynes.
Everyone, my name is Dr. Jonathan Haynes, and I'm so excited to be a sponsor with Book Talks with Sandy Sanders. Listen, I'm with Jonathan Haynes Ministries, and I'm a singer, author, motivational speaker, podcaster, and the list goes on, but I'm offering my services to you. You can reach me by email at sbirdproductions56@gmail.com or my phone number at 228-346-1535. I'm looking forward to connecting with you, and let's get it in 2023. God bless you all.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Miss Dr.
Hello,
Haynes.
everyone.
We'll play him again. But Dr. Haynes, yes, indeed, an amazing speaker and an author. And so if you all want to thank him for being a sponsor of our Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy. I do also want to share is that we are part of the CTR Media Network. CTR Media Network is a platform for podcasters, and you can find us. We are on Spotify, iHeartRadio. You can find us in over possibly, I think we're hitting around 50 countries now, 350 homes worldwide. We just found out that we're on Roku TV. So if you have Roku TV, tap on and you'll see some podcasters that you may find interest in their conversations. But amazing family of podcasters worldwide. And so, yes, we are sponsored by the CTR because we're part of the CTR Media Network. That is definitely part of helping others know about the journey and their stories and things that they are wanting to share. Well, as we continue tonight, those of you that are tuning in, we are with the phenomenal women that are part of the upcoming soon to be released. There is a book release in the virtual launch that will be taking place on this coming Friday night. But I want to also share my screen and let you all see the beautiful visionary author herself. I just want to share my screen. Guys, listen, I am so thankful to have connected with Lady Kenyatta Powers-Rucker, who, yes, is a speaker. She is also a best-selling author, and now she is a visionary author. And so we want to pay homage to this great woman of God and just her stepping out in courage and bringing together a collaboration of women that are in the field of technology and will be sharing their stories in this book. So on Friday night, what's about to take place is the virtual book launch. I will be putting up the link. We want you all to just go ahead. Everyone's invited. Just come on. There's going to be space for everybody. Hey, let's get our party hats on and our balloons and our noisemakers and cheer these phenomenal women on Friday evening, which is Eastern Standard Time. That will be 6:30 p.m. As well as there's going to be, a live performance by a band called Luxury Band. And these ladies will be gathering virtually to share and celebrate one another and the launch of their book. definitely they're on their #1 bestseller campaign as well. As you can see, they've got some phenomenal women that will be their speakers for this upcoming event. And I just want to bring my screen up just a little bit. The forwarding author, yes, Lisa Mae Brunson will be there, as well as the host herself, Dr. Jennifer Jones, and the keynote. Y'all know who she is. She's the lady in red. I'm gonna start calling her. Yes, Dr. Cheryl Wood. Phenomenal woman that can definitely powerhouse speaker, TEDx speaker. Listen, her resume is long. And so we want to be in the room to help share and help celebrate you all on Friday evening. So we are here again with the women of the new upcoming soon to be released. And I am literally going to step back and allow these ladies to just share what their contribution is going to be in the book individually. And yes, Kenyatta has put it up. There is the link, and we have it there. Listen, and she's in our audience. Hello, or her assistant is in the audience, but yes, she's right in there supporting. And so here is the link, and I love it because that's what a good leader does. She wants you all to shine. She wants you to be out here, and that's what she is definitely doing on this evening. I am going to go ahead and start with Dr. Nicole. But basically, what we're going to, Noelle, please forgive me. I've been talking with a Nicole all day. That's what that is. But you all, I am super excited to have these phenomenal women with us on tonight that are taking part in this book. And so we're going to step back and allow Dr. Noelle to come and share her contribution to the book. And then we will go with Anu, and we will end with Lady Maria. So at this time, if you will, just go ahead, and you have about 3 minutes. Yes, go ahead. Don't rush yourself.
Absolutely. My contribution to the book is, it's amazing how I was connected to Kenyatta Powers-Rucker. We have a Camden connection. I'm able to share in the book how I grew up and what caused me to be able to believe that this little girl from Camden, New Jersey, which was like #1 in crime for the decade that I grew up in, why was it that I could dream to pursue and achieve engineering degree, teaching physics in college. Prior to that, just honors in private schools. The tools and the mentors and the family members who were predecessors, who were, one was an engineer, one had a beautiful medical mind. My grandmother's multiple businesses, setting up women in cosmetology on their own. My father's real estate business. Just why this was no big deal. And encouragement for those coming behind me. I was part of AI before it was called AI, the Mars Observer satellite that went to Mars in the 90s. Failed, but however, it was a predecessor. Satellites that went up on several launches during that time, and then I moved into IT. So the flexibility you can have, the entrepreneurial things that I've done in real estate, and just all around how to consider framing your life. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. So, Sandy, I will talk until you cut me off.
Hell no, you can keep talking.
Absolutely.
So,
I want to
so
keep
what I
going.
wanted to do is, Dr. Mubari, and thank you so much, your contribution to the book. You all, I want to say that she's being very humble. I know she's contributed a lot. And so we cannot wait to read your chapter. And as you're saying, I like what you said earlier is that, and you said it in this way, the way I got it, is that you got to have an exit plan. You got to have an exit plan. And no matter what industry that you're going in, I'm going to stop sharing, but we're being specific. And there can be this long life of longevity. You can have a long experience or longevity in a no matter what industry or career, but the exit plan. I heard that. I grabbed that. Lady
Yeah.
Maria, come on now. Listen, you got some young people that are just probably, like you said, gun ho, and they're jumping in and they want to take off running before the gun fires, and then they get there. And so the longevity. Then
Yes.
there is the life balance. You will be sharing again about to young people and your contribution. What would you say that what your message is for that college, or should we be thinking sooner than college? I mean, should we be pushing our children in that direction? And then, when they're in elementary school and junior high school for this career?
You know, I like to say a child is accepting and learning of what you put in front of them. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying everything is education, but it is. I mean, when you're teaching your child how to read, or you read that first book, or you make that first batch of cookies with them, and you're using mathematics, or in our case, I and my husband run the Waldorf Chess Club, where we teach children as young as 5 how to play chess. But in playing the game of chess, we're teaching them strategic thinking, we're
Yeah.
building their confidence, and we're teaching them how to plan and all of those things. So when we talk about our children, don't shortchange them. They are little sponges and they absorb information as it comes in. And for me, growing up in Philadelphia, right across the road from Camden, hey, um,
Yes.
so I was one of 8 children. I was the first one to go to college in my family. And
Wow.
so I brought my brothers behind me they went to college.
Uh-huh.
And so, going through the schools in Philadelphia, I went to Philadelphia public schools, I ended up in the Philadelphia High Schools for Girls, which is the only academic all girls school still this day in
I was about
Philadelphia.
to ask you, is it
Yes,
still
yes, we are celebrating our 175th anniversary. And I was just up there and I participated in a career day where I talked to our young women about careers in STEM, in particular, of course, engineering. But as has been said by our other guests, all of everything that we do today is what I share with our young folks involves technology.
yes.
Whether you're looking at TV, you're driving a car, you're making a recipe, I don't care what you're doing. I just did a speaking engagement with some elementary school kids, and I asked them, what does an engineer do? And I went from the perspective of going around the classroom and having them pick out things that in that room, engineers had a hand in building or making or doing something with. And
Yeah.
of course, they said the obvious things like our computers,
Mhm.
video games. But, I got it real simple. I said, that chair you're sitting in, an engineer made it. That table you're using, those sneakers you wear, those clothes on your back.
Yeah.
So I want to expose our youth to the possibilities through engagement with opportunities that they see each and every day. And
Yes. Yeah.
so, from my perspective, mentoring and engaging our youth early is key. I mentor young girls in a program called Gals Lead. And what I teach our young ladies is 4 pillars of success. That is to know yourself, to dream big, how to overcome obstacles because we're going to have them in our life.
Yes.
And lastly, how to take action on whatever it is you plan to do. So that's what I would say about our youth and about getting engaged in this big world of STEM, engineering, IT. There is room for all of us.
I love it. I love it. There is room, as she said. And listen, it's never too late to go back. If you've put your dream kind of like on the shelf and said, oh, I didn't do well the first go round, hey, give it another try. Give it. Wouldn't you ladies say that it's worth it? And Dr. Noelle, I want to go back to what you were saying about the exit plan, how important it is. And I feel like I cut you off. I want you to talk about how important that exit plan is.
It's paramount. We as engineers and folks in IT generally have at least a six-figure salary, upper six, mid six.
Mm-hmm.
And you would not be surprised because of the data that I analyze how many folks do not have money saved. I mean, who don't have the disciplines in place, the just automatic savings plans.
Yeah.
Even though, I mean, we're working hard, but then our lifestyle catches up with what we're earning, and before you know it, you can turn around and be a few years from retirement, not having in place what you should have in place to be able to exit.
Yeah.
So for me, it's a number. I want to have access to 80% of my current take home in retirement for travel and you won't spend as much.
Somebody said take a plane.
Absolutely. I was on Martha's Vineyard last summer and didn't want to leave, but eventually I had to leave. So the plan is how to we actually formed a group and we're going to buy something up there. So I mean, those are the kinds of things that you afford yourself options.
Count me in. I was just looking at going to Martha's Vineyard.
Oh, we got to talk.
Oh my goodness, yes, y'all must talk for sure. And so what would be the one takeaway?
Pay yourself first.
Pay yourself first.
Pay yourself first and consistently. I don't care what it takes. Real estate, for example, you don't have to, if you're coming into the field, like the people that Maria's talking about, coming into the field, you're single, no children, you can have one of 4 units and live in one and have everybody else pay your mortgage and save all of that towards your future days. So
yes,
I love it.
That's what I teach. I teach what's called the PER method. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, and I like the Burr method, so I'm sure they're related.
They're related. They're cousins, kissing cousins.
Oh, wow. So, and the soft skills, one of the things that I know, if you will, come on and share. I'm going to step away just briefly. If you will, come on and talk a little bit more about the communication between departments and the soft skills. How important is that? And then as you were talking, that we can expect that you're going to share with us on tips how to get to the next level. So let's expound on that piece, because I would say that there's a generation that don't communicate the same way, say seasoned individuals in the field, no matter what industry that it is. You can have young people come in and mid-age people, but if you haven't been in the field long enough, you're not communicating successfully. So help us with that.
Definitely. So my chapter definitely focuses on communication as a key concept. You can be the greatest technical developer in the world. You can be so skilled in being able to articulate these things technically, but if you cannot communicate effectively across silos, you're going to fail. And this chapter is really about honing those skills. There's a couple of exercises that I give people in order to really be able to polish themselves, whether it is for interviews or presentations, which a lot of people in this field are going to be doing on a regular basis. How to give demonstrations, how to really be able to articulate yourself. And when it comes to technical skills, your manager or supervisor can always send you to a course to get a certification for a technical skill. But soft skills are something that is intangible, that really sets you apart from the rest of your competition and your peers. Because having effective communication skills is a leadership trait that we look for in the military, that we look for in these large organizations and these businesses. And in today's economy, it is a very competitive market to get into this industry. So there's a lot of gems that we give out in this book throughout to really be able to help younger people come into this industry and be able to excel.
Awesome. And I'm going to bring it down, and I want to go ahead. And you ladies, anything you want to contribute that maybe you've thought of? I do want to let you know that Kenyatta, she says, Dr. Noelle, she says, one of Camden's greatest success stories. That's what I'm talking about. Absolutely. Yes, indeed. She's giving you all the hand claps and everything. Yes, indeed. I want to bring up Lady Maria's graphic as well. Anything you all want to contribute while I'm doing that? And just let's make that appeal to those that we want to invite them on over to Friday night. Anyone want to go ahead and do that?
Absolutely. Thank you, Sandy, for that. All of us here today, I hope we'll be in the room on Friday at both our virtual launch party and our bestseller campaign. So that will be Friday. I think you are showing the registration link for people to go on right now and sign up. It's going to be fantastic. As we said, we had some awesome guest speakers, some awesome performers, and none other than the awesome authors of this wonderful book.
Yes. And I would only add to that to say, this is the link to register. There will be a link to purchase coming out Friday morning or so. So yes, we'll ask Sandy to support and get that out as we do the campaign for sales. We want to be the #1 bestseller in our category on that day. And I would also just implore parents, let your kids be the sponges that they are. Give them every opportunity. Believe in them. I would say, I want to touch back on what you said, Sandy, about elementary school. These are mindsets that are formed early, critical thinking, study skills, less screen time, hands-on projects. And some of that you might have to do on your own, just to spark that creativity.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for that. We got a new comment. I do want to thank our YouTube channel that is on listening. Hey, YouTube, I see you all over there. Yes, indeed. And Coach Kenyatta, she says, yes, STEM support for the youth is so important. Thank you, Maria. And so, as well as the soft skills are certainly will help us through. Indeed. Well, we want you. I always tell people, I do it this way, ladies. I tell them, put a Post-it note on your forehead, put it in your phone, set that alarm, because it is going to be exciting. I want to put May 5th in your mind. And yes, we will be running the replays. But what's going to happen is the bestseller campaign. Look out for the link. We will be sharing the link as well. We will also be doing the replays. And those of you that are even listening to the replay now, I want you to put May 5th on your calendar. There is an opportunity for you to be in the room with these ladies by going ahead and getting registered. It is absolutely free. Listen, it's Friday night, Friday evening. You've worked all week long. Why not come over and celebrate? There's going to be a live band virtually. And yes, they are going to come in. As I said, we're going to come in with our party hats and our noisemakers, because I've been on the journey with the visionary, and we've had her on a couple of times, and I am super, super excited to see this project come to fruition. And you all have been on the tour. You worked very hard, and we are just wanting to celebrate you. And I can't wait to get my book. Yes, indeed. And so our message is bestseller campaign and book launch this Friday. Get ready. Get ready. Yes, indeed. It is always my custom that whenever we have our guests on, that each of them, that they would come and just share their last words, their last thoughts before we say good evening. But I do want to share something with our audience before you ladies do that, from the visionary author herself, Lady Kenyatta. And one of the things that I love what she has put on her site is that the ladies in tech, although women make up almost half of the U.S. workforce, we only make up 26.7% at the time of this. Technology is probably less, which only includes 1.7% of Black women, as reported by AnitaB.org. The tech industry has traditionally been a male-dominating field, but women are increasingly making their presence felt, and we can certainly see this. And if you I've come off script here a little bit, but yes, follow these ladies. I've put up their website and their connection information. I want you to follow them. They'll share that information of where you can find them. But as Kenyatta says, is that she is proud to include 20 skilled and talented women in the Ladies of Tech. These women are in the tech field. They're breaking barriers and challenges, challenging the status quo, and their contributions are invaluable. I am so honored to have had the privilege of interviewing you all and being on our show. We do reach a variety and a diverse audience, and so I'm so thankful, and we look forward to hearing their testimonies of how you have helped them in their journey and in their work in their journey as well. As she mentioned in this intro, is that these ladies are various stages of their career. Almost 300 years of experience with all of the women is coming together. They'll share their stories, their knowledge, their challenges of how they overcome them and overcame them. They'll discuss important and critical topics such as imposter syndrome, salary negotiation. I did speak with one in our last interview. She was talking about how important it was for her to go in and negotiate that salary. DEI, how to get into tech, becoming a tech entrepreneur, interviewing, having confidence in home/work-life balance, and much more. Listen, you want to have this book. I shared with the other ladies before is that this is a book I say you should have in your toolbox. Definitely, no matter what career that you're going in, and specifically we want to be for the subject matter, if you are considering, or maybe you're like me, I'm a nana, and I have 3 grandsons. I have a granddaughter. She's 4 years old and already speaking 1 language. And I'm looking for, 2, English and now Spanish. She's taking Spanish. She's only 4. So I'm very proud of her parents. And so who knows what my little Soleo will be one day. And so we're starting early. So you're right. They're never too young. They're like little sponges. And so then my 8-year-old Ashton, he's running around here tonight in my studio. So, but ladies, thank you so much for gracing our platform and sharing your expertise, some points and tips that will help another person just move up a little bit further in their career. And thank you for your contribution to the industry of what you're doing. Like you said, I'm sitting on my chair. we take things like that for granted. We get in our car and we just expect for it to turn on. We now can talk to our cars and say, hey, turn on, things like that. And then just how to have a communication. So at this time, I would like to start with Dr. Noelle, if you will. Come on and share anything that's on your heart as we begin to go around the room and before we say goodnight.
Yes, absolutely. I just want to say something I haven't said before, but is implied. You belong in the room. Women in technology have a unique set of gifts and skills, and I want to encourage you to share that with the world. You belong there. You can do it. And one piece of advice I would say that it takes is grit, delay gratification, study now, party later. If you're in the college years, save now, spend later if you're in the workforce, and set yourself up for financial independence. That's it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, Lady Maria, next.
Absolutely. Thank you for this opportunity. What I would like to say is, STEM, engineering, technology, it is not easy, but it is rewarding. And I just want the audience to know that, trust God, that He has a plan for you. He is putting you in places and situations that you need to be in. And don't think that no means no, because to me, no means next opportunity. Thank you.
Yes. No is next opportunity. I love it. No is next opportunity. I love it.
Next opportunity.
They're saying that no is a complete sentence, but I got another one now for that one. The no is next opportunity. Love it. Anu, if you will, come on and share with us your heart.
Sure. So in 30 minutes, I'm actually going to pick up my daughter from pilot training, which is crazy to be able to say in this day and age. She is with the Civil Air Patrol. And one of the things that I really want to impart on her and today's youth is the power of the ampersand. So the ampersand was the 27th letter of the alphabet. And it is the idea that things are in addition to, not a choice against. And when we ask our kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? We're expecting a singular answer. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a poet. But why are we not expecting them to use the ampersand to show us what their identity is? You can be a poet and a judge and a doctor and have time for your hobbies. And it is so inspiring to see today's youth really living that. And hopefully this book with its many chapters inspires you guys to pick a couple of these and bring them to life. We're here to really help you and support you in your journey in technology.
Awesome. Yes, indeed. Indeed. Okay. Well, this has been an amazing show. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, ladies, again for coming on to Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy for the upcoming book release virtual launch. And you're on your tour. And we are looking forward certainly to Friday to be a part of your journey, your achievement, and yes, becoming #1 bestsellers in this book. This is a first. There are probably many books out there, but when we have books like this that come on our platform, this is a first for women in technology. I've had just women that are entrepreneurs, they're leaders of leaders, they're CEOs and COOs and own their own companies and work in corporate America and the Fortune 500s. But when we narrow it down, listen, it is because of the work and the contribution that you have done that makes our world a better place and going around the way that it is. So we've looked at various perspectives. And so I'm very happy to be along this journey. We want to just say that everyone, again, on those of you that are listening and you see in the chat, go to the definitely go to the link where you can register and be a part of the upcoming celebration. I also want to share, this is what's happening. We want one more time to give a kudos to the visionary of this great project, Lady Kenyatta Powers-Rucker, and she's the visionary who have brought these amazing women together on Friday evening. Yes, we will be there to celebrate and support the ladies in tech, sharing expertise for a successful career. The virtual book launch will begin on Friday evening at 5 o'clock, Friday evening, May 5th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That is 5:30 Central Time. There's a live performance by the group called Luxury Band. And of course, as you've seen the women here on the graphic, yes, we're there. So you all share in the audience, if you will, just go ahead and share that out, tag, and we'll be sharing it out to the various ones. So I look to see you ladies in the room on Friday, and also look out for the link. When we get the link, we're going to be sharing it out with you all as well, that yes, their bestseller campaign will start early on Friday morning. So by the time we hit this 6:30 p.m., we're going to be shouting, yeah, we made it, in various categories, in many categories. I want to thank Dr. Noelle Mubaira, and yes, Lady Anu Datta, and yes, Dr. Maria. I'm gonna go ahead and put Dr. behind there, and you too, Anna. Yes, indeed. But thank you, ladies, for sharing. And as always, you're the visionary author herself, Kenyatta Powers-Rucker, for choosing us to be a part of your journey. I am Sandy Sanders. I'm the host and creator of the Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy. Please join us each and every. I want to tell you guys, we'll be back on Saturday with some amazing authors. And then I also want to invite you to our Monday morning coffee conversation, where we come and together to make room for a positive transformation in your life. And just follow us on Spotify, Coffee Conversations with Sandy. As always, you guys know that I love you. Listen, yes, put the Lord first, and I promise you that you will be successful. All right, you all take care. Stay with me in the green room, ladies, and we will say good night, and you all share it out, please. All right, y'all have a great night.